Happy Friday is the best way to say it. Thank you for being a part of the program on this Friday, the 19th day of May. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Still have a cold front coming. Relatively short-lived, cooler, certainly, thereafter for a day. And then very nice, very dry, very sunny to run out the rest of our 7-day. And I'm hopeful for beyond. I'll get to that in a few seconds. Several indictments to pass along to you tonight. Renderings as to what architects and planners and designers say that the nearly $3 million project, the beautification, welcoming project to the Restaurant Row area is going to look like, and is slated to begin its first phase of construction later on this fall after they presented that to city leaders this week. Scores and a new community calendar with a birthday to begin and much, much more, all right after this. Spring has more than sprung in the seasonal shop. It literally hits you in the face when you walk in with all the beautiful, vibrant colors, wall to wall to wall to wall with new arrivals. And they're happy to announce the return of their customer favorite, the deal of the day. Just follow them on Facebook for updates. And they're fully stocked on the wildly popular Capri Blue Volcano line, candles, Reed diffusers, car fresheners, and body products. And their women's clothes are the most gorgeous collections and pieces they've ever had. Find the perfect outfit for any occasion, special event, or just lounging around the house. And home decor for patio, indoor, outdoor. The choices are unlimited, and let them help you with a bridal or baby registry. They will put together the perfect table with your choices and let your friends and family shop for you. Call, or better yet, come by Fraser's Prater Drugs seasonal shop in downtown Sagersville. There's no missing that this is the new McFarland and Tinker Law Office location on the Mountain Parkway in the former Farm Bureau building in Sagersville, just like there's no denying that their nearly 60 years of legal experience has won their clients millions and millions of dollars in disability, auto accident, and wrongful death cases. It's where your case matters to you and to us. McFarland and Tinker, also Griffey approved.
Tired of long-term commitment plans? Then Appalachian Wireless has the new plans for you. No credit check, no contracts, and most of the features are postpaid. It's Forward Pay, the simpler way to do wireless on the region's premier cellular provider. And it starts as low as $19.99 per month for unlimited talk and text. At 5 gigabytes of data for only $29.99 per month. Or at 10 gigabytes of data for only $39.99 per month. Or go with unlimited data starting at $64.99 per month with 25 gigabytes of high-speed data before being throttled. Because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Sagersville City Council met in regular session earlier this week. Most all of the meeting taken up by information provided by designers with the new project, the over $1.2 million project that started 4 years ago. Hal Rogers, I think, approved funds as it was a ceremony held here in Sagersville. And since then, the project has been in the planning stages. The money has been secured, and it's finally getting ready to happen. Almost $1.3 million. There will be signage, landscaping, and a host of other important parts of this design as was presented at this week's City Council meeting.
It includes landscaping along the Mountain Parkway, entrance signage at kind of both ends as you come into the city of Sagersville, wayfinding signage for all of the businesses that are down there, and also wayfinding signage that directs folks downtown as well, right at that kind of major stop where the 4-lane comes together and stops. We want to make sure that we're bringing folks into town. They know where things are, and then once they move down the parkway, we've got a couple of stop points there where we can direct people around to various businesses. So the wayfinding aspect was really important. There are some other elements other than just trees and shrubs and perennials that go in as a part of the overall project. Some fence panels, the gateway signage, might be stone walls. We priced all of that out, and that's why it's a pretty good sized grant. If we were just putting trees and shrubs in, we wouldn't probably need $1.2 million, but we've got a lot of other things built into it. And where we are right now is pretty much what you see here. We've designed it, we've modeled it, we've run numbers or estimates on it. What hasn't been done, I have talked to District 10 in regards to the landscaping. Everything in the plan is within the right-of-way. So we have to really partner pretty closely with them from this point forward to make sure that we're putting in landscaping. They've seen this document. but we're putting in landscaping that meets their, that passes their muster, I guess. Another element to it was the extension of some water lines into some of the planting areas where we would have hose bibs, or the ability to easily maintain it over time. The contractor would maintain it for 1 year, but then after that, it's up to the city to water the plants, care for the plants, that sort of thing. So rather than having hose crossing everywhere and tankers out there watering through the summer, we're going to try to pull some water lines over to those areas so they can clip in there in those kind of embankment areas on both sides.
Bids for the project will be let out in stages, as I understand, beginning this fall with the first landscaping bid and then others to continue. And this is part of the ultimate plan. The money for this, the $1.3 million or near to, going for everything on the Parkway, at the red light there, at the main red light at number 1, and on up Restaurant Row. But there are already plans in the stage to hopefully be able to secure money and then continue this on down Parkway Drive and all the way into downtown Sayersville. Again, bids to be let out this fall, and they hope to begin soon thereafter. Indictments returned by the sitting Johnson County grand jury, several of which beginning with 2 women who are accused of selling methamphetamine together. The grand jury charges that Tiffany Prater was complicit with Jessica Spradlin in trafficking in methamphetamine, both facing a felony charge of trafficking in a controlled substance, first-degree methamphetamine. The indictment says that on around March the 1st, they were in possession of 13.5 grams of methamphetamine and another 3 3/4 grams of methamphetamine that was found with them, as well as digital scales, multiple plastic baggies, all used to traffic in the illegal drug. Prater is only charged with trafficking. However, Spradlin is charged with that, as well as being a persistent felony offender in the first degree for having 2 prior felonies and possession of marijuana as well. And going back to a follow-up that I just aired a few weeks ago, it was some video that went back to 2016. You may recall it was video of the front desk of the Johnson County Sheriff's Department where this man came in wearing a T-shirt of all things that said "Number 1 Dad," and then he had his daughter with him. He came in to get an EPO, I believe, on his wife, if I'm not mistaken. And while he was there, authorities ran his information and determined that he had outstanding warrants in his name, and then he ended up using the little girl as a shield between he and the deputy who had ultimately pulled a taser to try to keep him from fleeing the sheriff's department, which he ended up doing, striking a police cruiser before he left the parking lot, and then he wasn't seen for years, and that was 2016. However, he was arrested just a few weeks ago and subsequently indicted by the Johnson County grand jury for charges related to that day on wanton endangerment in the first degree, fleeing and evading police in the first degree, and endangering the welfare of a minor. He's, I think, still lodged in the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center. Next, Ronald Lee Ward, indicted for possession of a controlled substance in the first degree, that is methamphetamine. Also indicted on a single count of prescription not in its proper or original container, first offense. The remaining indictments all for flagrant non-support. A number of other indictments were also returned, charging individuals with flagrant non-support. Over $12,000 for Clement Eldridge of Keaton, Kentucky. Over $12,000 for Marvin Martin of Mississippi. Over $9,000 to Zachariah Dante of West Liberty. And over $8,000 for Ryan Kimbler of Punchin Creek in Sitka. A couple of things that I came across earlier this week in national headlines that will, of course, have an interest, I think, to everyone worldwide, or at least a lot of folks that I didn't have time to air. One dealing with what we eat, and the other with guns. In the gun category, the U.S. Supreme Court has allowed an Illinois ban on assault weapons to take effect earlier this week. The law will be in effect until lower courts continue to discuss its constitutionality. This after a gun shop owner in Illinois requested an injunction against the ban. The law bans the sale and any new possession of semi-automatic assault weapons. They're referring specifically to the AK-47 and the AR-15. However, those who already legally own those weapons would not have to turn them in. The law also goes to ban the sale of large capacity magazines. The state of Illinois passed the Protect Illinois Communities Act in January of this year, banning the sale and purchase, delivery, manufacture of assault weapons in those large magazines, with the exception of law enforcement, military, and some other folks. And this law specifically names the AR and the AK and requires lawful owners of semi-automatic rifles to register their ownership with state police. And no matter who you are, trying to diet or not, artificial sweeteners are going to be in your diet somewhere. People who are trying to lose weight should not use them, says the World Health Organization, as a lot of us do. 0-calorie, non-sugar sweeteners, including artificial and natural sweeteners like aspartame and stevia, have not been shown to help in weight loss in long term in children or adults, and they may bring side effects like the increased risk of cardiovascular diseases, type 2 diabetes, and death in adults. People will need to consider other ways, they say, to reduce free sugars intake, such as consuming food with naturally occurring sugars like fruit or unsweetened food and beverages. The only exception to the recommendation, according to the agency, is for individuals with pre-existing diabetes. They say they're just bad for your gut health. Low-calorie sugar alternatives have been found in at least one study to change the gut microbiome. That's the collection of microbes in the gut that help protect humans against disease and enable us to digest. Just passing it along. I know that nearly everything, not everything I consume, but on a daily basis, something I consume has got artificial sweetener in it. With that, I'll be right back in just a second.
Someone dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or a relative. And about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
This is not Led Zeppelin. This is Get the Lead Out.
You've been truly, baby, I've been truly. Did you ever really need somebody, really need a break? Did you ever really want somebody, the best love you ever had?
Get the Lead Out.
McGoffin Farm Bureau and manager Doug Green are proud to welcome Agent Jeff Salyer to the agency. Jeff's lifelong knowledge of the community and our people make him an immediate asset for all of your auto, home, life, commercial, and retirement investments. They're waiting for your call or visit at McGoffin Farm Bureau. 2 locations, 2 ATMs, too much history, over 120 years, and just too many reasons not to trust the oldest, only banking family that exists for the sole purpose of helping your families, our friends, grow financially and securely. Lean on Sagersville National Bank for any of your home, auto, commercial, retirement, or online banking needs. And let us help you make your dreams come true. We'll begin with birthday wishes tonight. Again, I love birthdays. I think I made that pretty obvious over the years, especially when they're not mine. Well, sometimes those aren't too bad. Hunter Howard, I've had the privilege of wishing this young man who's getting less younger by the year happy birthday for much, if not most, of his life. And again, this time, happy 20th birthday to Hunter Howard from your mom and your dad and your ma and pa. Happy birthday to you today, to Hunter Howard. This coming in, a free toy giveaway. There are a lot of organizations, Christian Appalachian Project and some others, I think, which are partnering to make this happen. We'll go into more detail next week. But on June the 1st, here in Sayersville, at the Ramey Memorial Park from 10 to 2, it is a free toy giveaway. Every kid who shows up gets 2 to 3 toys, snacks, drinks. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of toys, and I look forward to telling you more about this. They're making several stops throughout eastern and other parts of Kentucky, and Ramey Park will be the first one on their list, and I'll be telling you about that in the days to come. Again, that's not until June the 1st. That will be a Thursday, so a week from this coming Thursday. Mark it down, but I'll be reminding you, just stay tuned to Your News Today, and we'll keep you up to date on that. That's going to be a good time for a bunch of little people. Yeah, just saying. Speaking of good times, free ice cream. Can't go wrong with that. And they have it, as well as a free meal. Spaghetti dinner tomorrow at the Mountain of Hope Baptist Church on top of the Ivington Hill. They're going to start at 11 in the morning, go for a couple of hours at least, with free ice cream and free spaghetti. Come and eat with them. Again, you can't say those words in the same sentence enough. Free ice cream. And the spaghetti, before or after, however you want to do it. I'm sure they won't mind, starting tomorrow morning at 11 at the Mountain of Hope Baptist Church. Tomorrow evening is the next horse show, put together by, of course, the Sagersville Masonic Lodge. It will start promptly at 6, gates open prior to. I do not have gate time, but you'll be able to get in early and get a good place. And kids 12 and under get in free, and everyone else is just $5. Great show, great venue, great audio system, great concessions. All the way around. It's just a really nice venue. They're going to have a really big show. 30 classes starting tomorrow at 6 o'clock. And Vacation Bible School starts, this is your last reminder, everyone, at the Sagersville First Baptist Church next Monday, 5:45. And it'll be 5:45 to 8 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So just to let you know, again, moms, dads, families, kids, that's your last reminder. They hope to see you there Monday for a lot of fun and a lot of following Jesus. They have a theme this year that is going to be another interesting one, as they always do, and they look forward to having you there. I look forward to having you on my calendar every night when you have announcements, or when you're here to hear what announcements we have. But those birthdays and anniversaries too, send them in. We will most certainly tell everyone about them. Moving on, obituary listings brought to you nightly by the Montgomery County Funeral Home included a listing for 93-year-old Dorothy Conley Blanton of Blanton Branch in Sagersville. She passed away yesterday at the Community Hospice Care Center in Ashland. She was the daughter of the late Sherman and Janie Prater Conley, her husband Sam, son Lonnie, and sisters Norcy Blanton, Delphia Smith, Helen Blanton, and brothers Ishmael Conley, Ernie Conley, Hartford Conley also preceded her in death. She survived by her sons Leonard and Leslie and Larry Blanton, and 6 grandkids, 14 great-grandchildren, and 13 great-great-grandchildren. Services for Dorothy are going to be held Monday afternoon at 1 o'clock from the Sagersville Funeral Home. The family will welcome friends Sunday evening after 6. And lastly, this asked to be read in loving memory of a wonderful husband, Larry Gene Hall, who passed away a year ago on today's date. Loved and missed by his wife Gail, son Wesley, daughters Angie and Stacy, grandkids and great-grandchildren. Get great deals on the greatest brands at Conley Tire with up to $150 back on Goodyears, $100 on Hancooks, $100 on Mickey Thompson's, $125 on Yokohamas. And you can always pay now or later. Plus quick service with oil changes, brake jobs, $35 computer diagnostics to fix and repair your ride at Conley Tire and conleytire.net. The reassurance of getting your medications and over-the-counter needs at Sagersville's oldest and most trusted pharmacy, the convenience of curbside pickup and call-ahead service, and the fact that you can walk in, order to go, or sit down and get gourmet quality hot fudge brownies, nachos, shakes, coffees, hot dogs with homemade sauce, desserts, and more makes it more than your hometown Good Neighbor Pharmacy. It's a destination in downtown Sagersville, Frazier's Prater Drugstore. It doesn't get any sweeter than that. There where every day starts, it's made and it ends. From hitting the floor to hitting the road and back, your feet carry the day's duties. And if you're hurting from what might be a work or sports or stress-related fracture you don't even know about, diabetic, or that all too often heel pain that just won't go away, or any type of pain or discomfort or in need of wound care, come to where they care.
Put your best foot forward and come visit our podiatry team. We care about our patients and their feet.
That's Dr. Cheney and her team at Hope Family Podiatry Center next to Hope Family Pediatrics on the Mountain Parkway.
A lot happening. Our Montgomery County High School senior class crossing the stage tonight to get their diplomas. We have, of course, the 57th District Tournament, which has just wrapped up as of last night for the postponed softball game, and now it's on to the region for a couple of Johnson County teams.
Yes, 2 championships, 2 teams, both sweeping the entire season of the other. We'll begin with the ladies first, and that's the Johnson Central Lady Eagles, who last night in the postponed 57th District Championship outscored Paintsville 14 runs to 6. They had outscored Paintsville earlier in the season 12-3 and then 13-2 in 5 innings on the latter one. And then last night, their third go-around again, 14-6. The Lady Golden Eagles from Central rolling on 23-9 right now and 14-2 in the region. Lady Tigers, of course, rolling on to the 15th region as well, but doing so as the runner-up. They're rolling on right now with a 12-21 run and a 5-4 run in the district, while the Johnson Central Golden Eagles have played 7 district games, regular season and post, and they've won all 7 thus far. Again, 15th region pairings will be out, I assume, over the weekend, and we'll see who's going to start swinging at who next week. With that said, let's go on over to baseball, and it's where I think I mentioned earlier in the week, just maybe last night, and only briefly, that Paintsville had took out Johnson Central, and in fact, it was another season sweep for the Tigers over the Golden Eagles in baseball. Night before last, the Tigers shut out Johnson Central 3-0. They had done the exact same thing in their first matchup of the regular season, and then 7-4, a 3-run win in their second game or matchup of the regular season. So they swept all 3 games against Johnson Central, and the Tigers are cruising, and they are the very top seeded team in the 15th region. 27 wins, 8 losses, only 8 district games, 8 wins, and they are rolling on in a 14-3 15th region record. Johnson Central and the boys sitting down just a few rungs below them, 4th in 15th region standings, 20-14, 12-8 in the region, and 5-3 in the 57th. Then again, both advancing to 15th region play next week.
Now for a beautiful look with a little bit of a bump in the road for your 7-day, brought to you by Licking Valley RACC.
Well, we have a cold front coming. Yes, indeed, we do. We know. But it's not going to be all that bad necessarily. We have a beautiful Friday evening in store. Perfect weather for high school graduation and any other events that are going on, or just relaxing on the front porch, the back porch, wherever you can find a spot to do so. Under 59-degree skies, that's where we expect to see. Clouds are going to increase, and there'll be mostly cloudy skies later on tonight. No showers happening. I'm not even don't have to talk about the radar, except to say there really isn't anything to show. 0. Absolutely nothing. Nada. So not even going to waste your time. It's just clear and nice. And we will see shower chances, but we won't see them until early tomorrow. Right now, the cold front that's coming through will give us shower chances starting for probably closer to 5 or 6 in the morning. And it's going to be a pretty narrow window, I think. I think we'll see the end of your Saturday start to clear up, but it will be cooler. So with that said, shower chances and thunderstorm chances starting early, around 5 a.m., and that's about a 60% chance early, but as the day goes on, morning and afternoon, 80% chance of showers and storms. A half inch of rain across the board unless you get under a thunderstorm that could develop. And I'm thinking this is going to clear out of here pretty early evening, latter afternoon. I think it will be gone. It will be cooler thereafter. That's a 68-degree day staring at us tomorrow. You might have to pull out the long sleeves again. Good news is, if we don't see a shower or thunderstorm, winds are going to be at the most out of the southwest 6 to 8 miles per hour. Just keep your eye on any sails that could pop up. Nothing as active as what we saw earlier this week. Glad to say. Nothing like that expected. Sunday, 75 and sunny and nice and clear and calm. 45 that night. Monday of next week, we'll start off climbing back to the 80s with mostly sunny skies. Nighttime lows around 52. And then rolling right on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, a very consistent run of some very nice warm weather. 82 to 84 degrees, 51 to 52 degrees every single day. Sunshine and mostly clear skies pretty much across the board every single day. No sign of showers, storms, winds, or anything else. Just beautiful weather. Beautiful, beautiful weather. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Well, let's not forget Monday as well. So every day of next week and actually Sunday as well. I mean, that's a nice run, and we're very deserving of it, I think. So enjoy all of it, except for the few bumps in the road we might see tomorrow.
That's it. Enjoy the rest of this beautiful Friday, and I'll see you back here Monday. Thank you, as always, for watching.